Greetings and welcome to the Noble CFO. My name is Art Zylstra, and I'm the founder of the Noble CFO, the author of the Noble CFO Vision, and the author of Building a Legacy of Generosity. Both of those books talk a lot about stewardship. Stewardship has been a major influence in my life as a professional accountant. I have developed the Noble CFO based on stewardship. It is the foundation of being a Noble CFO. If you want to become a Noble CFO, you want to follow the practice of being a Noble CFO. We start out with understanding what stewardship is. Stewardship is the careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care. Stewardship is about something greater. It asks us to be deeply accountable for our organization's outcomes without trying to control others. Now, as a Noble CFO, working with different companies, you are coming in with this whole ideology of, I am here to serve you, I'm here to serve this company. It is my desire to steward this organization well. We'll go into what are the different concepts of stewardship, the different pieces of a business that one would need to steward well. When we come into an organization, we're talking with the business owner, talking with the other people within that organization, we are coming with the attitude of stewardship. It's so important that we're stewarding this well. For many of you, stewardship may mean tithing that comes from a church religious background, or it may mean the environmental acknowledgement of our footprint, how it affects our earth. This is stewardship of a business. Ultimately, when we're going in as a fractional CFO, that foundational philosophy is about empowerment. It is the belief that the answer to many problematic business questions lies within each person working for an organization. So we understand we aren't the heroes. We aren't coming in to be your hero and to solve all the problems. Our job is to come in, empower people to make decisions and create change in an organization that helps it flourish, that helps it grow, and have a greater impact on its employees, its partners, the community it serves. It is service over the pursuit of self-interest. This is a concept that doesn't often play well in the rough and tumble world of business. Although the markets that I address and that I work with and truly enjoy is the small business. They're maybe $1 million to $10 million revenue, and they're not quite as much focused on, hey, I've got to be the boss, I've got to be the leader, and you're going to be impressed with everything I do. But ultimately, any stewardship has to be focused on service over the pursuit of self-interest. We need to be accountable to the organization, to people in the world around us without controlling them. There's another book that has had a great impact with me by Peter Block called Stewardship. I encourage you to take a look at that book as well. It's had a great influence in how to be a steward within a business environment. Within stewardship, there is 4 different pillars. We're focusing on stewarding profits. That seems like a slam dunk for most CFOs. We're all about how do we measure profits? How do we help improve profits? How do we grow a business? All about that side of it. And that's an extremely important part of our business. The service we provide is understanding profits. But a Noble CFO goes deeper. A Noble CFO asks, how much is enough? What is a good return on investment for the business owner in this business? What are the things that we need to make sure we are investing back into the business so that it's sustainable long term, that it flourishes, that it helps impact all the people influenced by this company? We're looking at profit a little deeper than just how can we make as much money as we can. It's what is enough? How much do we need to invest in others? The next piece is stewarding people. That's your employees. How do we make sure that we're giving to employees so that they're growing, they're becoming the best person that they can be, That's both within the company and outside of the company. I encourage owners, if someone has a great interest and really desires to learn about something outside of the business, encourage that. Perhaps help pay for that. Give them some time off. Do something to help them become a better, more holistic person. The long-term benefits of that for a company is phenomenal in terms of loyalty and hard work. Thinking outside of the box, not just I pay you money, what else do you want? It's you get a good salary, you get perhaps a profit share, some good benefits, you get to take time off. I want to help you better your position within the company, maybe help pay for some courses. I want to help you understand who you are and what you want to be. I want to help that. I want to encourage that. The next piece is stewarding partners. I define partners by vendors and customers primarily. We want to steward our customers. We're not out to get as much money as we can from that customer. We understand that we need to make a profit. We've established that. But let's make sure our pricing is fair. Let's make sure our sales model is fair in terms of not pressing people to buy something they don't need. Let's understand what drives that customer and how can we help that customer flourish as well as our business. Vendors are the same thing. They're in business to sell product. So why don't we partner and make sure both the vendor and the business are flourishing and making a good profit? Looking a little deeper inside of both customers and vendors in terms of how you steward that. Finally, we talk about stewarding places, the community that you're a part of. So often businesses go, I pay my taxes. That's really all the business community should expect out of me. Or I'm going to sponsor my grandkids' T-ball team. So I've got to buy shirts with my logo on it. And that's my community participation. And quite frankly, a lot of people who do that, that's okay. But that's not stewarding your community. Stewarding your community is getting involved, engaging in the community. The business world is the economic generator for communities. Acknowledge that, but it also needs your expertise within that community and to talk about not just the business owner, but you as the fractional CFO. How are you engaged in the community? Understand the community is made up of business, it's made up of the civic government side, it's made up of the educational world, it's made up of the nonprofits that are serving the community, and it's made up of the religious side of the community. Five of those pieces need to be working together, understanding what the problems are within the community so that the whole community can flourish. So that is the foundation of being a Noble CFO. And I really want to encourage you to join me in this journey. Whether you join me as a Noble CFO and be part of this whole system that I put together, or whether it's just understanding and learning about the concepts of what a Noble CFO is and making sure you're living that out, whether you're a fractional CFO, whether you're a full-time CFO or controller, live these values and this foundation out within your life. Our communities and our world will be better off because of that. Thank you so much for your time. We'll continue talking about what does it mean to be a Noble CFO. We'll go dive deeper into the pillars of stewarding profits, people, partners, and places. We'll talk about the values. We'll talk how do you approach business owners, how do you price. All those pieces of the system of the Noble CFO will go into in greater depth. But this is the first thing you really need to understand is stewardship. So again, thank you for your time. I look forward to working with you in the future.